Hello everybody, this is a video covering an additional kind of upmixing technique that I've been playing with. Has differing results. A lot of it's dependent on the kind of type of music that you are upmixing, also kind of what you choose to try and upmix. But essentially we're looking at a track on this album that I'm going to upmix. It's by a band called Rhythm is Rhythm. I'll say a band, probably a guy in a bedroom. This is like from the late 80s or something. It's not a particularly great piece of music or an album, but it was quite influential in the UK because it kind of introduced myself and a lot of people to this style of music that you're going to hear being upmixed. So anyway, let's close that. The approach is going to essentially try and extract some stems out of the stereo master. This music definitely doesn't have any multi-tracks or sessions or anything. It would have been recorded to tape. I know it is because it drifts around quite a lot in terms of the BPM, and it wasn't a particularly good recording originally, so I'm quite interested in seeing how it upmixes. I haven't really done a huge amount of work on this yet. I've been just set it up enough to demonstrate the technique. If you're familiar with Deep Player or RipX, it allows you to load a stereo track, and then it analyzes it and essentially tries to create stems from it. I'm not going to go into detail because there's videos covering how this all works, but essentially I've used it to extract this high string sound. If I just play that, doesn't sound all that great in isolation like this, but this is quite a well-defined sound. So I've extracted that, and then I've extracted some kind of this moogie like lead sound. I've been a bit more selective than what you can actually hear there, but essentially I've taken those two sounds and I'm kind of going to pan and upmix those differently to the rest of the main stereo master. I'm going to close this because it destroys my CPU with OBS running and my DAW and the renderer. I'm going to demonstrate in Bitwig, but the principle is really what you're worried about. It's not how you're doing it. You'll know how to do it in your own DAW. But essentially, I've got my stereo, the original stereo master there. This is my remastered stereo. I've just cleaned it up before I put it through RipX DeepAudio. It can sometimes help sort of define the sounds a little bit better. This is the stem that I've extracted. So there's a strings stem there, and then this stabby lead moog sound. Before I get onto the actual upmix, I'll just show this kind of nulling approach. There's nothing special about it. Everyone's played with nulling 2 bits of audio at one point. I've just set up a little demonstration. There's in Bitwig you pull sound to where you want to use it using these things called audio receivers. So essentially I'm just going to pull this stereo master and that stem that's going through this chain, and in parallel I've got the stereo master there, the stem there. The stem's then getting flipped, nulled, polarity, and then it's getting added back in after when it's mixed back down together. This gain match on the end is just so I can keep an eye on levels, but I've manually leveled it all so that we can compare a little bit better. So if I play that, I'm going to loop this little section here, which covers that string, and you'll see or you'll hear the track is just playing normally, basically, because all that's happened is I've cut a hole out of this stereo master, and then I've put this back in as a separate piece of audio again. So nothing special about that, but because I've inverted the this string, if I loop that, this is the panner in Bitwig. If I pan this as it's playing, you'll hear that the main stereo master is static, obviously, but because we've isolated this now, not just in deep audio, but it's actually carving its space into the stereo master as well. We've got a little bit of control over it. So if I just play that and loop it, so you can hear that got quite a lot of extreme panning. It starts to sound a bit weird, but for this style of music, just turn this down a little bit. For this style of music, I think that's quite usable. Now this is just in stereo. We're not mixing spatially at the moment, but that's the essential technique. Carve the hole out of the main stereo track that you're upmixing, and then put it back in as a separate non-flipped piece of audio, and then you've got panning control in stereo, and of course if we've got it in stereo we'll have it in 3 dimensions as well. I'm just play. This is the original. I'm just going to zip through the original and the remaster. It's not a huge amount different. You might not even notice. I should probably have said listen to all this on headphones because it is being binauralized. So you might hear some detail. But if I just flick through, you'll hear I've just cleaned it up a little bit. Okay, it's not particularly important, but it definitely helps cleanly extract the sounds a little bit better, especially the percussion and stuff like that. I think for high transient, high energy sort of music like this, it's a bit of a catch-22. There's some quite nicely defined sounds, but also there's a lot of frequency kind of mashing together, so you don't get a particularly clean sounding extraction. But you've got to remember the residual kind of parts of the mix are still in the stereo master playing. You're just cutting the specific hole out that you want to have control of. So that this in Bitwig, I've used basically these as kind of source material, and then I'm actually doing all the work in these subgroups here. So I've got my main upmix, which is the remastered stereo, and then I'm actually bringing in these strings and the lead sound as well, and all that is going through essentially the panner and onto the renderer. I'm going through cinematic rooms just to give it a little bit of reverb, a little bit of room feel. I've exaggerated it a little bit just so that you can definitely hear some difference. Same for the strings. They go through their own panner, Mac 1 panner again. The Mac 1 panner is just It's just a standard panel with elevation and rotation and left and right and stuff. So that's that, and then the same for the lead. Done a little bit of EQ on it, and yeah, through the panel again. Right, if I actually look at we'll just play through what I've done. I haven't done any panning yet. All I've done is place the stems and the stereo master and basically upmixing it in a sort of generic sort of sense. But I'll just compare to the original. If we go back a bit. So that's the Spatial. That was the remastered stereo. That's the original stereo. So you can see it's relatively similar to each other. But just like the stereo example, if I just go back to that looping bit of the strings. So I've got the similar sort of control. Obviously it's not perfect, it's getting a little bit phasey and weird. But in that kind of just been able to place it into each corner, you've already got a heck of a lot more control than you would have normally. And obviously I can raise that. So center this back again. I've got elevation control as well. You're not really going to hear much difference on headphones, but it is what it is, and we've already got some control. And same with the this lead sound. If I just bring the panner up so you can see what it's. These are just shortcut controls to this plugin. Not going to hear too much difference on the spread, but obviously got separate gain control over that element. You can only be subtle with that because again you're carving the hole out of the stereo master, and if you start changing the gain, it's no longer nulling correctly really. But we've got some basic panning. And because it's a separate sound source, this is all running through its own reverb. Excuse me. So you've got subtle control of whatever you've brought in using this method. So you can apply different processes on that element, which is really quite useful. And what I'll probably, there's a section in this where it's like a keyboard sweep. So that I'm gonna add some automation, and I'll sweep that from the front to the back or whatever, things like that. And I think earlier on in the track, that this lead sound is quite nicely defined. So I should be able to do something with that. So yeah, that's basically the technique. Obviously how well you can extract these really determines how much flexibility you've got. Yep, so anyway, it's food for thought and something to play with. I think it adds more than simply just an upmix, but a lot does depend on how cleanly you can get those stems out using DeepAudio. But anyway, I hope that explains and helps somebody. Take care. Bye.